What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is strange counties in the US. This is Geography King. It's been a while since we've done him.
Yeah, he was quite brutal last time. The last few times we've done him.
When we've done it, he has been quite brutal at times on certain states. So I hope this isn't like going
Strangers
into people.
yeah. He's going to be digging in.
We'll find out. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the subscribe button. It is Geography King. He is friendly and he is innocent. It's just he's a bit brutal at times, isn't he?
Yes,
but he is good fun. His link's in the description, like we said. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. What is the like goal for today?
2,000?
That is a lot of likes, so smash the like button. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Strange countries. Oh, counties, not countries.
Counties.
It's early in the morning. In the US, what have we got? Howdy.
It's Kyle.
You remembered. I thought you might have forgot for a second. It's been that long.
Howdy, it's Kyle talking about some of the strangest counties in the U.S. And I don't mean strange in terms of the people that live there are weird, but strange in terms of its size or scope or just how and why it was formed.
It cleared that
There are
up
over
straight away.
3,100 counties and county equivalents in the U.S., but most are fairly similar in terms of its scope and how and why it was formed, but some are just a little bit different. So I want this video to be about some of the counties and county equivalents that just do things a little bit differently than the rest. I'm going to start off in Alaska, which doesn't have counties, it has boroughs, but those are the county equivalents. And the one I'm going to highlight here is Yukon Koyukuk.
I feel like
Census.
there's a lot of big ones there.
Considering like Alaska's like half not inhabited.
I suppose some of them counties might hardly have
any
anyone.
people in,
Just literally maybe one little town, I guess. But I suppose in the US there's going to be a lot more counties per state.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
This area. Alaska has 19 boroughs and one part of the state that is really large but has so few people it's not even a borough. And that's what this Yukon Koyukuk census area is. It's about the size of Montana and has only 5,300 people. And a good chunk of that population are just in the two big cities of this area, Fort Yukon and Galena. You have to access it by bush plane. There are certainly no roads there, but there are plenty of snowmobile and dog sled tracks.
Talk about snowmobiles. This is probably one of the first times we've seen pictures of Alaska.
Oh yes, no snow.
With no snow.
I always just think it's always snowing in Alaska.
I swear we've only ever seen pictures of Alaska with snow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything good.
And then they talk about snowmobiles, and we've seen a photo without any snow. That's a first. That's a first. There we go.
If you want the largest and least densely populated county equivalent in the U.S., it's the Yukon Koyukuk census area in Alaska. The next one that I want to mention is Broomfield, Colorado. This is a suburb of Denver with about 75,000 people, but the city of Broomfield is also the same as the county.
There's a lot more counties in there,
The city was incorporated in 1961 in part of Boulder County, but it kept annexing land in surrounding counties, and before you knew it, the city was divided up between 4 counties. And because of all the complications of dealing with 4 different counties and different laws and things, in 2001, it became its own city county.
Oh, that looks
beautiful. With it being a suburb, there's no real downtown, and it's certainly not going to win any awards for the best urban development.
So much car parking there.
The next one I want to mention is Kalawao County in Hawaii. This is the smallest county in the U.S. in terms of area, and it's the second least populous in the country with about 82 people living there.
Only 82?
It's just a small part of the north coast of the island of Molokai, and it was originally created as a quarantine for people with leprosy or Hansen's disease. The colony is no longer in use, but what was the colony is now Kalaupapa National Historic Park.
Wow.
It's not quite the same as other national historic parks. You have to have a permit to visit, but there are some cool hiking trails there. But because it was created as a leprosy quarantine, it doesn't have any kind of typical county government. It has the Hawaii Department of Health running the county.
Okay.
And the mayor of the county is the director of the State Department of Health. However, it does have an appointed sheriff as well as a post office. So it's quite strange that a leprosy colony would be a county, but if you're going to be quarantined because of a disease, you might as well be in paradise.
Why not? Why not in Hawaii?
The fourth county equivalent I want to mention is St. Martin Parish in Louisiana. And similar to how Alaska has boroughs, Louisiana has parishes instead of counties. Oh. The population of this parish is...
Where else has parishes?
We have a St. Martin's Parish.
We do, in Jersey, obviously Channel Islands. I'm always say Channel Islands now, because everyone thinks we're talking New Jersey. Next to England, we have parishes. How many parishes do we have?
You said 12 to me.
I did.
But I'm sure there's only 11.
I got no clue how many we got.
I think there's 11.
I've never said 12.
I feel like you have.
I've never said 12. I don't know how many there is.
I think there might be 11.
Name them, and I'll tell you if you've missed one.
Okay. St. Martin's, Trinity, St. John, St. Mary, St. Peter, St. Juan, St. Brelard's, St. Lawrence, St. Helier, Grouville, St. Clement, I'm pretty sure that's all the parishes.
Yeah, I was hoping you missed St Helier because that's the only one I had in my
I'm
head.
pretty sure that is it. I'm pretty sure there's only 11.
Probably, maybe. Research. We're going to research
I got
after this.
Google. I got Google now. I got Google. I got to tell them all. I got to tell them all. How many parishes in Jersey?
Millie is from Jersey. She should know. I've got an excuse.
I'm pretty sure there's only 11.
Oh,
There's 12.
oh
What
what
have
do
I
you
missed?
miss? Maybe I did say row 12 once.
St.
Maybe I did. I didn't.
Broomfield, St.
Maybe I
Bernard,
did.
St. Clement, St. Saviour.
Oh, I've got obviously St.
I forgot
Saviour.
St. Saviour.
Oh,
I actually grew up in St. Saviour.
one job.
It's 51,000 people, and it's interesting for two different reasons. One is that it's one of only 2 county equivalents in the U.S. that is discontiguous with land in between the 2 parts.
Oh, wow, that is
Wow.
The vast
literally.
majority of the population lives in the
Not
northern
joined.
part of this parish, and most of the southern part is just swampland. And the second
Shrek.
thing really interesting about this parish is that it's the county equivalent in the U.S. with the highest percentage of the population that speaks a language at home other than English, Spanish, or an indigenous language.
Oh, okay.
At the most recent census, 12% of the population of this parish speaks French at home, whether it be colonial French, French Creole, or Cajun French. And it was well into the 20th century that more
Cajun?
than half of the population of this parish spoke some type of French at home. Just since 2000, the percentage has gone down by more than half.
Yeah, I suppose
Next up, I want to discuss
you've got the history there for languages, haven't
Cajun
you?
French.
I think that's quite common in like Canada
Is
as well.
Cajun not food?
No,
Like Cajun chicken.
Yeah, but it's like Cajun's it's nicknamed after Cajun.
Oh.
Like I guess like southern
Oh, I was
fried
like,
chicken is
so it's
like
like French with like a seasoning.
No, I'm pretty sure Cajun. Yeah, like Cajun French. But like I think Canada's got a lot of Cajun French. I may be
Yeah.
completely wrong on that.
I think Canada have got a lot of French, definitely.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is Cajun, but I may be
Yeah.
completely wrong. I
two
make it
different
up.
counties in Massachusetts, Dukes and Nantucket.
Is it chicken?
Dukes County has about 21,000 people and is home to Martha's Vineyard, with the largest town
A
being
lot of English names on there.
Oh wow, yeah. Bristol, Plymouth,
Berkshire,
Norfolk,
Hampshire,
Suffolk.
Worcester, I can't say that anyway.
Worcester,
Worcester.
Cambridge,
Essex.
Middlesex. Oh, there's loads. I suppose because this is
Suffolk,
Connecticut, Rhode Island. This is New
Cambridge.
England, isn't it? So this is
Northampton.
yes. This is where we first settled, kind of.
Yeah, so we'd name
Where
everything
it
after
was
ourselves.
first settled, so a lot of it is English names. But oh,
We
Hampton,
don't have a Cape
there's
Cod though.
loads.
I wish we had a Cape Cod. That sounds cool.
Are you
Cape
sure we
Cod.
don't?
Cape Cod Bay, I don't think we have.
I
We have a
don't know.
Weymouth.
I've heard of Cape Cod before, but maybe I've heard it from like America.
We have Weymouth, don't we? Yeah.
Maybe we've got a
in
Cape Cod.
Vineyard
I don't know.
Haven.
Oh, Google.
And Nantucket County has about 14,000 people, with the largest town being Nantucket. However, each of
That's
these two
so
counties have
pretty.
multiple
That is
smaller
beautiful.
islands off of the main island.
I'd
that is
love to
still
live in
part
any
the
of them.
county. So it is interesting that these two are just island counties, but it's also worth noting that Massachusetts has basically dissolved most of its counties. In much of New England, county governments don't really exist, but counties exist more for census purposes. So these two are not only independent from each
Wow.
other, but they're also keeping the same type of county government that most of the rest of the state dissolved. So if you're looking to escape all those savages and peons in the rest of New England, or you're looking to dispose of a mistress, check out these two counties in Massachusetts.
Wow. Wow. Again,
You best not be thinking about
we
that.
did say Carol's a bit brutal at times.
Wow.
Dispose of a mistress, check out these two counties in Massachusetts. Next, I'm going to my favorite state of New Mexico and Los Alamos County.
Okay.
There are
Los
about
Alamos.
20,000 people in the county, and it's a rather small one, especially for the western U.S.
Oh,
You
they're
can
all
see
counties,
just how
aren't
much
they?
smaller Los Alamos
There's a lot
County
there.
is than all the
Yeah.
other counties in the state. And the
Oh,
reason
yeah,
for
whoa.
this is because
Sorry, I
how
didn't realise
smaller Los
how
Alamos-
small that actually was. I thought it was just like pointing to a town in that county. That is the county. That is ridiculously
That's
small.
tiny.
Like, that
Los
is
County
ridiculous.
is than all the other counties in the state. And the reason for this is because it's home to Los Alamos National Laboratory. This is
Okay.
a major research facility with the Department of Energy, a lot of nuclear research, astrophysics, nanotechnology. In
Oh, wow.
1949, the town of Los Alamos and the Los Alamos National Laboratory adjacent to it became its own county. And the reason for this is, with all of the sensitive research and nuclear technology going on here, they wanted a lab in the town to essentially be its own jurisdiction.
Maybe
With it
I'm
being
wrong.
its
Yeah.
own county, it has its own sheriff and law enforcement and its own fire protection. This region can be heavily affected by wildland fires, and you can't allow this lab to go up in flames, so you need to have almost like a private fire department for this city county
Private
lab.
security, but for a
Now, I would
county.
imagine
Yeah.
that the security situation in this county leads law enforcement there to be trained a little bit differently than
Very
most
dry
of the normal
looking, isn't it?
counties.
It's New Mexico. It's hot though, isn't
the
it?
next one I
So-
want to mention here is Oklahoma County. It's the most populous county in Oklahoma with about 803,000 people. And the
Okay.
county seat
Wow.
is
That's a big
Oklahoma
one.
City
Ooh,
with
that's
about
pretty.
700,000. So that means it's Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County, Oklahoma. And there's also an
like that.
Oklahoma City University. So you could have Oklahoma City University, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma County, Oklahoma.
You know where
Okay,
you're going,
on to the next
Oklahoma.
one. The next county I want to mention is San Juan County, Washington. It has about 19,000 people and is the northwesternmost county in the state.
Okay.
The
Ooh, that
county
looks
is made
weird.
up entirely of islands in the Salish Sea, some of which also belong to British Columbia, Canada. There's no road connection between the mainland of Washington and anywhere in San Juan County, so the only way you can access the islands is by a ferry. And even though there are no roads, the ferries that connect the mainland to the islands are designated as state highways with state highway numbers. So this is just one of a few counties in the
all
country
these
where you
pictures
can look
are
out your
beautiful.
window from your
They do.
house and see a humpback whale or an orca breach.
Wow.
The next one I want to mention is Hancock County, West Virginia. There are about 28,000 people in the county. The largest town is Weirton, and the county seat is New Cumberland. This is the northernmost county of West Virginia, and it's the northernmost point of the northern panhandle. But before West Virginia broke off from Virginia in 1863, this was part of Virginia, and this was the northernmost part of the Confederacy.
Okay.
It's a very skinny county, with the western border being the Ohio River and the Ohio state line, and the eastern border being a straight line of longitude, which is the state line with Pennsylvania. At its narrowest point, it's only about 5 miles across from Ohio to Pennsylvania, crossing through West Virginia.
Oh, wow.
And
Only
if you live
5
here,
miles.
you're much more connected to either Ohio or Pennsylvania than the rest of West Virginia. And in fact, the Census Bureau counts Hancock County as part of the outer reaches of the Pittsburgh metropolitan area, kind of exurban to Pittsburgh. There are many counties in the country that are located at a tri-state point and border multiple states, but Hancock County, West Virginia is one of the very few like this where it borders 2 states with just a small isthmus of land between the 2.
Wow.
And lastly, I want to mention 3 different counties that I kind
Look
of
at all those
alluded to
counties.
before.
So
earlier
many.
I mentioned Broomfield,
A lot more on that
Colorado
side.
being
Yeah, it's
On the
interesting
East Coast.
actually. On the east, a lot smaller ones.
Mm.
The west has kind of maybe... Oh, so the west got developed later
Look how
on.
many there are in Texas.
Texas has so many. But is it because the west got developed later on and they thought, oh, let's not have so many small ones,
Yeah,
let's go for
maybe.
bigger ones? I don't know, let's know in the comments.
Maybe that makes sense why Alaska as well, because that's on that side.
Yeah, well, Alaska's just don't have many people. It's huge, isn't it? But I get what you mean.
But
But
there's a lot.
it goes from loads to not as many, doesn't it?
But those states in the middle, like, you know,
So many.
even like Chicago and Ohio and that, they've got
So many just little counties. Well, thing is, we say little. These
They're
are still
massive,
big.
but like
One of
they
them
look little
hold
on the map.
800,000 people. Jersey, like what we live in, is 110,000 people. It's 8 times bigger in terms of population. Maybe not like size. Population it is.
It's crazy.
So they are big, but wow.
counties that I kind of alluded to before. So earlier I mentioned Broomfield, Colorado being one of just 4 cities in the country that is its own county at the same time. Well, the other 3 are Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. And there are plenty of places in the U.S. where it's a city-county consolidated government, like Augusta, Georgia, or Jacksonville, Florida, Louisville, Kentucky. There are a bunch like that, but Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and Broomfield are the only one where the city itself is also the county.
Okay.
So that in and of itself isn't really that strange, but I do find it very interesting that Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco are also home to 3 of the U.S. mints. So kind of like Los Alamos being its own county to kind of protect the national laboratory, I was thinking, were these 3 created to protect the mints? And the answer is no. I did all kinds of research on this, and
What's
just
the
really a
mints?
coincidence.
I don't
but
know.
The fact that
I'm
3 of the
thinking-
4...
That looks like a
Surely you've not
prison.
got that kind of prison building for chocolate mint.
Yeah, I looks like a prison.
Girl Scout cookie mint cookies.
It's got to be a prison, and it like just a high level prison. It looks like that,
Do you
doesn't it?
think? It does look like it, but I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's like
city
a.
county type
oh.
things in the U.S.
Or maybe they're printing money.
Aye.
are also where you have
Maybe they're
mints.
printing money.
That's pretty interesting.
Like
So that was a
banky
look
kind
at
of
some of the
thing.
Yeah.
strangest counties in the U.S.
Oh, that is in the video. That was good.
That was good,
That's
interesting.
very good. Very interesting. We waffled a lot about Jersey at challenge as well. That's why you watch these videos. We compare the UK version to the US one. We learn something. Hopefully you've learned something as well. Go check out Geography King. His link is in the description as always. Hopefully we'll be able to visit some of these. We were talking American plants today, wasn't we? If you want to check out the GoFundMe, it's the top link in the description. But we're super excited for that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Smash that button, guys. Smash the subscribe button and watch the video.
Have a fantastic
And we'll
day.
see you legends in the next one. Peace.